hope this is working. Today, I would like to introduce the AlphaGo teaching tool that was announced yesterday. This is the tool that DeepMind promised at the end of Future of Go Summit in China. They said that there will be a new paper and a teaching tool. The paper was about AlphaGo Zero, and this is the tool that they mentioned. But then, because there was no explanation on what the tool was about, everyone was so curious about it. And finally, we have it here now. So this teaching tool you can find on alphagoteach.deepmind.com. It's analysis of opening data. Basically, they said that they took about 230,000 professional games and strong amateur games, mostly 9-dan games from online server, and 75 AlphaGo games. From all these games, they selected 6,000 opening sequences. I heard that any opening that were played more than 6 times or so were selected. So there are about 6,000 opening sequences and 370,000 positions. And each position has AlphaGo's evaluation on the win rate. The win rate is from the perspective of black. So in black's turn, you want to see like higher win rate, and in white's turn, you want to see lower win rate as a better move. Oh, and I also heard that the evaluation was done by AlphaGo Master, not AlphaGo Zero. But even AlphaGo Master is super strong, so I can't explain enough how valuable this data is. It's like something the pros would only dream about, because one difficulty about opening is that it's so difficult to compare which one is better or which one is worse, right? And also, if certain move is better, how much that is it really better, right? So that was one like difficult part of opening, and we had this belief that opening is not as important. I mean, it is super important, but then the belief was that even if you're somewhat behind in opening, you can kind of catch up in the middle game and end game. So it's like as long as you don't make a big mistake in the opening, you can always catch up. So that was the theory, kind of what like many people would say. But after seeing this data, I'm not sure if they would still say that, right? Because we can clearly see that AlphaGo thinks certain opening positions are much better than the others. And there were some like news articles in Korea, and then some of them had a comment from like active Korean pros. And I thought they were quite interesting. One of them said that they don't actually believe that this data would really help professional players improve in opening. I think it will help, but then they think it will really revolutionize the Go education. Like how children will learn Go, it will be so different because they will have like much better training material from the beginning. So that could be really interesting to see. And then some other pro apparently said that this level was so high that it would take them some time to process. And then there was kind of complaint or like a wish that said they would like to try out any other moves that are not circled here on the board. You know, in this tool, you can only click on the places where there are circles. But the wish was that they would love to play out any other place on the board and still see AlphaGo's win rate. So that is the AlphaGo teaching tool, and then I had a few like very interesting discoveries, so let me share that with you. So the first one I thought was that So you see there are several popular openings. And then one of the more popular ones is the Kobayashi opening, right? So the Kobayashi opening usually goes like this. Black would approach here, and then white would respond. And then black would play here on Q10. But you can see that this place over here has much lower win rate than most other places. So it's like one of the worst places you could choose. So that was like really surprising to me. And also after black plays here, I'm a little bit embarrassed to say that, but all the strong players believed that this was a bad approach. We would say that you should approach it from like either here or that, because if you approach it from like very tight, then it's not good because you can get pincered. And then we would often say that the best pincer is here. But AlphaGo says this pincer is the best. I mean, this pincer, we don't even use that. So that's like really interesting over here. And then another interesting part I thought was the micro Chinese opening. So let's see. So micro Chinese opening is coming over here. This opening used to be called mini Chinese, and then people started playing on here, and then we called it micro Chinese, and it's a very recent invention. And then when pro players first started playing here, it looked a little strange to me, but then it was super popular. Pros kept playing on here. But then in pro tournaments, usually there are cycles. So certain openings would become popular and then it would disappear and then it might come back sometime. But that was kind of natural thing, and then I thought this would be one of those things. But actually, this move, AlphaGo agrees that it's one of the best move you can play. So I was like, wow, that's really interesting. So pros really found a better move, right? So that was like super cool. And then, yeah. Oh, and then there was another thing I found. When black plays here, white would often split like this, and then black would like start from either approaching from here or this side. But here, AlphaGo says the best move is here. And then I'm like, what? Really? It's so early. But then I guess we kind of knew that AlphaGo really liked 3-3 point. So that's that. And then like white would play either here or that. Well, this attach, it looks a little surprising, but it's not completely new, especially when black is so close like that. But, you know, I was like really surprised by this 3-3 point. So these were one of the things that I thought really interesting. And there were so many other openings that people are discovering from this tool that are like really different from what we believed before. So I didn't have really enough time to explore all the interesting moves yet. Maybe I'll come back with another video sharing some of more variations. So today I just wanted to introduce this tool and like really encourage you to try. This tool can work on your mobile phone and on your web browser. I recommend the web browser. If you're using Chrome on Windows OS, it might not work very well in the beginning. If that's the case, you should try like changing your Zoom state and then try. Like in my computer, it only works at 67%. I know it's weird. I heard in some other computers it works at 80%. I think the message is that you have to try until it starts working. Otherwise, you can use your phone or like Internet Explorer seems to work very well. So do try and then explore your own openings and learn. Yeah, I think this is an amazing tool. So that's all for today and thank you for watching. Bye bye.